A scrap of fabric, insignificant. But its journey is not over yet. Fabric can form many things: jackets, towels, socks, and blankets, especially blankets. Quilts in particular. What? You don't think quilts are significant? They're far more important than you think. I am the quilt master. I tell the untold, long lost stories of quilts. Quilts hold precious gifts, the tales of forgotten people, their stories lost to the eternal cycle of history. My job is to make sure that these forgotten stories are placed on their own pedestal to be seen. They all deserve to be known. Now, let us begin. You're in 1850s Tennessee. Imagine this. Your view has followed a bird swooping through the clouds. The bird has led you over green countryside, gliding down into a single field, then landing a few feet away from a girl picking cotton and placing the white tufts in a basket. "Shoot, bird," she whispered, "before the overseer decides to make you his lunch." The bird squawked and flew off. The girl watched it soar away, and in her mind wondering if she would ever be free like that bird. Then she turned and continued to pick cotton. "Now, let me introduce you to our quilt maiden, Peggy, or Peg for short. Her name means pearl, and she is as much as a treasure as her name suggests." Hello, my name is Hannah Curnutte, and I'm in 5th grade in Miss Broussard's class. What I just read was part of my 40-page long short story. The GT project I chose to do is the Story Quilt Project. I had to learn about the stories told by quilts as an art form throughout history. I had to write my own story based on a time period in history, then make a paper quilt based off of my story, and actual quilt patterns from history. When I made the quilt, I also used geometry to create the shapes used in the quilt. My story is about a 19-year-old slave girl in northern Tennessee in the 1850s who has always dreamed about escaping north when finally she gets her chance. She flees with 3 others friends, and they make their way towards the Kentucky border. As they make their way closer to the border, they are pursued by slave catchers. This is the paper quilt I created. When quilting patterns, squares were theoretically used to send messages to runaway slaves. People who worked for the Underground Railroad would make quilts with these patterns and hang them on the fences so fugitives could see them. For example, this quilt pattern is called the bear's paw. It theoretically told runaways to follow a bear's footprints. Following an animal's footprints would show runaways how to get through the wilderness safely, and since the bear needs food and water, it would show runaways where to get food and water. During this project, I learned a lot about the history before the Civil War, about quilts, about slavery and the Underground Railroad, how to write a good historical fiction story, and I learned that quilts take a lot of hard work to create. This is what I did for my GT project. Thank you for your time.